What's up, guys? So today I'm coming to you with a short clip or a clip on how to use or integrate a control pad that's made by XPlane in the App Store with Apple. And what it allows you to do is allows you to simulate emergency procedures, be it weather, be it systems, avionics, engines, anything related to the airplane. And so, what this allows you to do is simulate those things on the ground within X-Plane, and the control center is going to be either like your kids, a colleague, or a friend, or in my case, my wife sometimes. But I use this to simulate things that make it easier to try to build up that muscle memory on the ground, so that way when it happens in real life, I'm more better prepared for it. And what I'm going to do today is simulate some emergency procedures within a 310. So any of you all who have your multi-engine license and you're not current on anything, you haven't done emergency procedures, this shows you that you can use a home simulator to keep current. I mean, not current, but proficient in your emergency procedures. So that way, if you do get back into a multi-engine or you go for that job, you've been going over it week in, week out, or honestly day in or day out, or month in and month out. But let's get into it. What I have on the screen to the right above me is going to be a control pad. This is has some of the features. If we look real quick, we have some of the features of like weather, fail safes. You got your engine, you got your systems, control surfaces, multi-rotors, just everything that you can think of as far as failing the engine. So these are some things that you can go through. We're not going to be going through that today. Probably just going to be like mags and engine failures that she's going to simulate probably killing the mag on takeoff or doing run up, or simulating a engine failure during run up or just right after takeoff. Something that you really just can't or wouldn't advise simulating in a real plane in a multi-engine. Um, but yeah, let's get into it. All right, guys. So we are back. We're at Fulton County Airport, Foxtrot Tango Yankee, and I am in a Cessna 310, C310 D model, and going to pretty much just show you once you get the plane set up at the airport, you get a few more features within control pad that you don't get when X plane is at the main menu. So let's look up to the right. And again, this is control pad. So the craft, this is going to just show you every aircraft that you have within X-Plane. So if you see, I'm kind of just scrolling down. That's everything I have. So you can actually control which airplane you want to load within X-Plane. So if you have, let's just say you're using this as a ground trainer, that you're a ground instructor and you want to just help use this to help students, and you don't have a certified sim, this still can be vital. You can pop in and pop out a aircraft just by the control pad. You don't have to go into the menu. This is your control station technically. If we go to the start menu, you can actually tell where you want that airplane to start at. If I want to go to, say, PDK, Papa Delta Kilo, I can put in Papa Delta Kilo and put that aircraft at that location. You have your weight. You can change the CG on the student or whoever is working the sim. You can pull, let's say, more fuel out of the left tank and have more on the right. So that way now you have that CG out of whack laterally, and so now they're trying to hold more left aileron to get the plane to fly straight and level. So that's another option. You have your weather. You control the bases, the tops, everything within the control pad to throw in. Hey, bam! You're in IMC now. What are you gonna do? And really, the main thing I'm worried about today is going to be these failures. I mean, we have everything from electrical, lights, your autopilot failure, engines, which is really what I'm going to be focused on today, control surfaces, God forbid one of those crap on you, world failures, and then as you can see here, you can repair them all in some of the cases there. Um, and then map to say I wanted to put the aircraft at a certain position. I can change that position real quickly without going into the menu of the simulator. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go through the startup procedures, not on this video, but I'm going to go through the pre-flight startup, have the engine running. When I come back, we'll go through a um, probably a simulated mag check failure, and then we will do a engine failure after takeoff, but above VMC, and we will be at VYSE. So we'll go through that. Again, I'm not a multi-engine instructor, nor am I multi-engine certified, so just use this as a reference of what you can do within XPlane with the control pad, okay? See you back in a little bit. All right, guys, so we are, again, back at Fulton County Airport, Foxtrot Tango Yankee. I have the Cessna 310 started up. We have good RPM. Our engine instruments are looking good, coming up on the temperature. Fuel flow is good. And so what I have here, I have my wife here that is going to be the control pad instructor. So you see I'm not touching anything. These are my hands. It's my wife. And yeah, she's going to administer the failures. And so just to show you all that I have no control over what I'm doing. Now we have already kind of briefed what she's going to help me simulate, and that's going to be a left or right mag, probably the left mag, and you'll see that drop in the engine instruments when we do that check. And then when we get ready to take off, she'll simulate a left or right engine after takeoff, and I've raised the gear up. So let's get at it. Let's see what we can do. So I'm gonna do my run-up check on the left, so I'm gonna hold brakes. Again, doing left engine, coming up to 17. All right, you see the RPM. RPM is good right now. The manifold pressure is coming up. The left engine here, as far as the oil pressure, the cylinder head temp, and the oil temp is good, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna do a mag check. So do the left mag, right mag. All right, so everything looks good on the left and right mag. So we're gonna go back down. Gonna do the second engine, and same thing coming up. All right, left mag on second engine. Y'all see how that just dropped? So we can simulate it again. So left mag on second engine. So that just completely dropped. You shouldn't have that big of a drop. So let's do right mag on the second engine, and you'll see the difference how when the right mag works, there's not a significant drop. It's about 100 RPM. Okay. So you see the difference? So that's simulating that failure. All right, so I'm going to now, everything's back kosher. Everything is back to everything's running properly now. We've got all the mags on. We are ready to take off. And again, what we're going to simulate now is I'm taking off. Everything looks good on the actual rollout. I mean, my manifold's good, RPM's good. I got 6 screen on the engine instruments. Fuel flow is good. We're going to climb out right above VMC, which would be about 95. And then once we get that, we're going to make sure that we stay at least at VYSE, and that's if critical engine goes out. So make sure that my trim is set. All right, trim is set. Come back up. All right, so again, these are my hands. My wife has it. I'm not doing anything. So what she's going to do is after I take off, again, we're going to simulate a engine failure. I don't know which one she's going to do, left or right. Again, I'm not a multi-engine instructor, nor am I a multi-engine certified pilot. This is just me just trying to train on the simulator for these real world experiences, emergency experiences, so that way I can get proficient in it, okay? All right, so here we go. So we're gonna do a slight run up, at 2,000 RPM just to check everything. All right, we got 2,000 RPM, manifold is good. We got 6 screen, fuel flow is good, coming off the brakes. Now we're going full power, easing in. All right, RPM's good, manifold pressure's good. We still got 6 screen, fuel flow is good. Getting ready to rotate. And we're rotating. All right, gears coming up. All right, we got a right engine failure. We're still going, left engine failure. So we're going full power, which you already have. And we are trying to stay at VYC, which in this plane is 110. So again, I already have everything crammed in. Okay, you see my vertical speed is about 200, and we have left leg is dead, so left engine is dead, and then right leg is active, and I'm raising a dead engine. So that's how I'm controlling this plane. And what I'm going to do is, to get back to the airport, I am going to bank into the good engine, okay? And again, you see I barely have climb attitude or climb power, struggling here. All right, so I'm gonna pause it here, and that's pretty much it. So I was already on takeoff. I was already at full power, so I didn't have to cram anything in because it was already crammed. On my pre-flight check, if you didn't notice, I actually had the gear already up, so that squat switch, once it got deactivated, the gear automatically came up. But normally what would happen is you would take off, raise the gear up when you don't have any runway left, and then go through the whole shebang. But all that, besides that, as you saw, my wife simulated a left engine out, and in that case, the planes started yawing to the left and banking to the left into the engine, because that was actually the critical engine. So again, that's just something you can simulate with XPlane. If you are a multi-engine pilot and you want to stay proficient, and jump on a home sim. Get somebody to use that control pad to help simulate an impromptu failure on you. Even if you are a single engine pilot and you have a friend at the house, just hop on the sim, pop open control pad, and it will pretty much give you some real life scenarios with somebody being at the control center. Again, this is just for simulation practice. This is not a tutorial on how to recover from an emergency within a Cessna 310. By no way, no means. I'm not a flight instructor nor a certified multi-engine pilot. But this is giving you some real life nuggets to where you can use it on a home simulator. If you got any questions on how to set this up, give me a ping at the bottom. I'll happily answer any questions you got. Until next time.